Hey Jairo, good morning. How are you?
Hey, good on you. What
Good.
you? Uh,
To you yesterday.
Come again?
What happened to you yesterday?
Oh, I was a few minutes late.
Okay.
Yeah. I was telling your your guys that one of my friends, the relative passed away, and I had to be with him, and we I had to help him out with the paperwork and stuff about the person who passed. Um, and then we came back home like around 4 or 5 in the morning. So yeah, it was.
Yeah, I told them that it was pretty weird because you are actually always on time,
Yeah,
and 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 I told them probably he had some sort of emergency or something. But then I saw you sent a message over
yeah,
for everybody to join, but I didn't see the WhatsApp because since I said, oh, well, we didn't have a class, I went and I started like preparing breakfast and stuff. And when I saw the message, it was past AM and I was like, okay, so I missed.
yeah, yeah. That's basically what happened. Um, all right. So you're the first one to join. That's good. Um, so today, really, today the program is for us to have like one class with the topic and discuss about that particular topic, and then the next class is just about speaking. We can speak about whatever, um as long as we keep things on things that will help us out, then that's it. So yesterday class we were talking about how to ask questions, and then in today's session it'll be just about talking. Okay, talking about anything that you consider is relevant. I think with you, Carlos, I don't think I have something to work on specifically. Um, because your English is good. You're very confident actually when you're talking, and you also have mentioned that in meetings you got no trouble. Right? So I think that's good. Now, the only reason why you are here to me is just to practice, right? So just to practice, because you might be good, you might be confident, you might be awesome, but then if you're not practicing your English, then when the time comes and you have to present, you're gonna, that experience of practicing helps you, okay? But honestly, in reality, I don't think you need any help at all. Now, what's the reason why it's good that you're here is because you can also help, you can back me up with things perhaps that I'm saying and help others. We have, for example, George. So George does need help. Let's
Good.
wait. Maybe it's George. Let's see who
It's
joined.
Alejandro Bolaños.
Okay. And George would be
Hello, good morning.
good
Hey, Alejandro.
morning. Hey Alejandro.
Hi.
Did I meet you before? I don't think I did.
No, no, no. First time I joined this meeting because for me it's very difficult to join in the morning. So I also talked to Fran because I have family, right? So in
Yeah,
this
I
time
know.
I'm delivering my kids to to school.
Nah, let's be
Yeah.
So
honest. You cannot wake up. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he was in bed still.
no, no, I wish.
To be
I
very
wish.
honest with you, the first Monday, like last week, I forgot about it and I woke up and I was like, oh, and I took the dog for a walk, right? And when I came back, I was like, I had something to do, but I couldn't remember. But it was like 8 a.m. already. And on Tuesday it happened the same thing, but on Tuesday I remembered, and I joined the class a little bit late, but I was here. But it was because of that, because I don't usually like go to classes at 7 a.m. in the morning since I left the university
Yeah.
like a lot of time, a lot of years ago. I didn't have this time
when did you graduate?
in 2014.
Okay, I graduated in 2016. And then I think to me, like being a student, like going back to class, I think it would be like, what am I doing here? Like getting like flashbacks of, when I was student.
Yeah, you
Well,
know that I got my master degree, and we had to go to Spain for a week
mm,
because that was part of the program, right? So we went to Spain, and it was kind of weird, but at the same time it was like, I don't know how I felt, to be honest. Those were like mixed feelings,
mhm.
and it was exciting. I don't know, I felt like I was a kid because I went to the
Oh, I
university
bet.
in Spain. And to be very honest with you guys, like like these centers in other countries that are not El Salvador are way more different than the ones that we have here in El
I
Salvador.
bet.
So in Spain, at the university I was, there was this classroom, which it was like some sort of, I don't know how to say it. I think it's auditorium. How to say auditorio in English? It was like,
Yeah, you could say that, but you can also say,
I-
mm, 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 mm. No, it doesn't come up here. But yeah, those big rooms where you go and meet.
yeah. So it was this huge thing with
Ooh,
wooden desks, and it was like going down, and the teacher was down there, and to listen to this person speaking Spanish from Spain. Muchas gracias, chicos, por estar acá. And I was like, this is so fun. And I really enjoyed that experience because as part of the program,
like
they took us to
that
the,
accent, eh?
yeah,
Like
and
the
they took us
accent.
the accent and everything, the food, because we were at a university and they gave us everything, like the 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 places where you would sleep, like the rooms and everything, dorms.
I think they
And
have these dorms for
yeah,
universities.
they have the student dorms, so we stay there, and as part of the program during that week, they should take us to, it depends on what program you took, but in my case, they took us to airport Barajas in
Yes,
Madrid.
in Madrid.
Yeah, so they took us everywhere in airport Barajas. That airport is huge,
Wow.
and they took us to even to the, like the emergency room in case they have some sort of emergency. That's the room they would go, and they would meet there just to prepare everything, like the problem they have some years ago with carro bomba, I don't know how to say that,
Hmm.
with
Uh,
explosives at the parking lot. They stay there, and they prepare the strategy and everything. It's amazing how they handle everything at that airport. They basically um, use everything. The airport has even hot water at the restrooms, and basically
Wow.
that's because they use the system to cool off the things that take the luggage and everything. They use water to cool off that system, and since that water comes out hot, they just send it to the restrooms, and you have hot water there. So it's pretty amazing how they handle all that. So it was very interesting to me to go back to the classrooms because I went on another
And
country.
especially in another country. I usually listen to podcasts and sometimes I watch them on TV on YouTube. And I listen to a lot of people. I listen to well, here we don't have podcasts, but people from different countries. I've listened to people in Mexico as well. Before I used to not like Mexican accent, but now I'm start liking it, and I've come across with different people that like psychologists, right? That are very good. And yesterday I was watching one of them, and I was like, oh, that's good. But the topic was not like very interesting to me. So I looked for another topic for the podcast from my psychologist, and I found one that was very interesting. When I hit on play, it was not even 2 minutes, and I was already amazed. First about the topic, and second, it was because it was a girl from Spain, and listening to that accent, I was like, oh man, that which is what you were saying, Carlos. I mean, listening to them, their accent, I think is good.
It's pretty
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
In my experience, I really enjoy watching the Simpsons on with a Spain
Really,
accent.
I never
Yes,
watched them with that accent.
yes, because
Oh,
they used to use other words like culo
uh-huh.
and everything like that. It
Ostras.
was more so, and the name was kind of different, Homer,
Yeah,
and right, but it was
yeah.
really fun. I really enjoyed watching the Simpsons
Yeah,
with Spain accent.
I'm gonna look for that. I think um I think they have different accents as well within Spain,
Yes, correct,
right?
correct, right.
Because in the past, like before Netflix, Amazon, and all these platforms, in the past, whenever I would look for a movie, and it was this translation in Spanish, but Spain accent, I never liked that because it was like, I don't know, maybe because I was a kid, well, not a kid, but like, I don't know, younger.
Yeah.
That's why I never liked it. But now, at least this stuff that I watched from Spain, for example, I watched some series like are from Spain, and I love them. Movies as well, I love them more. Now I'm loving more that part of their, movies, series, like coming from Spain that coming from Mexico.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I I absolutely love them more.
Definitely. I also like more the accent from Spain than
Yeah,
the Mexican accent. But
yeah.
yes, and also I used to to the accent from Mexico because my my cousins are from there.
Hmm.
Well, so so I need to I learned all the
Ah,
the words that they use and expression and everything because of my cousins.
that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Welcome, Victor and Brian.
Morning, guys.
Hey, good
How's it going?
morning.
Morning.
Morning. Did you have your coffee already?
Not yet.
I just got mine here. I'm not a coffee lover anymore.
Good.
Before I used to drink a lot of coffee, but now I'm kind of giving up. But hey, Alejandro, I want to know a little bit more about you, what you do in your company.
Okay. I'm a service delivery leader right now. I work with well, manage all the people in the projects, right? To see that everything is going well with the client, and that we are meeting all the requirements that they ask for us. So that's what I'm doing in Aplaudo right now. And yes, I'm a system engineer as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's was my career, and then I started develop with the I was a developer first, and then
Mm-hmm.
I started joining the more that part of the manage people and projects and
Mm-hmm.
everything more with more. more with the client and not in the tech part, right? But yes, you
Okay.
need to know everything, so you to know that everything is going well, right? Yeah. So
Hey, that's good. Hey, hi. Good. Yeah. Ge- Okay, hold on. So I was once we're finished with the meeting, I Zoom converts the video, and so I was converting the video from one I don't know, like one format to another, and then when it stops converting, I it starts playing the video automatically. So you were talking, I was talking to you, and then there was, you know, the video playing in the back end, which was your classmate talking. So it was kind of confusing. So I thought somebody else had joined the meeting. But yeah, Alejandro, that's good. And how long you been in Aplaudo?
I have been like 3 years, almost 3
3 years.
years. Right, right. Yes,
Okay,
I.
that's
Mhm.
good.
Yes,
How do you like it so far?
I really enjoyed working in Aplaudo, and I really like it. I started working as a product owner, and then well, I take more responsibilities. So there was um, a big opportunity in Aplaudo to continue growing as a professional. So I really enjoy the culture, the people. And the first time I at the first time I joined the company, all the people were very kind and also teach me a lot of things,
Mm-hmm.
and that and they were very open to my questions
Yeah.
and stuff, and to see that I was doing well, right? So that was very like different experience that I have been working or have been working in other companies, right? So that was like a twist.
Plus.
Plus, yes. So
Yes.
that,
Hey, that's good. That's good. I think that's one of the things that moves us and feel more comfortable when we are in a new company. Well, even if it is like now, not only at the beginning, but then later when we are like a people company and we believe in the spirited teamwork, I think that's a key.
yes,
Making people feel comfortable, not only at the beginning, but throughout the years and time that you are going to be here in the company. I think that's good.
yes,
That's good.
definitely. Mhm.
I bet that must be one of the values in your company.
Yes, yes. That was
Uh, Sorry, hold on.
yeah,
Uh,
no worry.
I'm asking for breakfast. They're asking me what can I make you for breakfast, and I'm like beans, eggs, and they're like there's no beans. Okay, so then um, pupusas. I love pupusas.
Yes, me too.
I wouldn't be Salvadoran, eh?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Yesterday I ate pupusa from the from dinner.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Yes, uh-huh. Oh, really.
Hey, George. Welcome back.
Hey, hello.
How are you?
Great. I'm great.
That's good. That's good. Hey, Brian, Victor, George. I was telling Carlos that and Alejandro that our program is for one session. Like for example, Monday is to have a specific topic to deliver it, and then Tuesday is speaking class, so we can talk about anything. Then Wednesday we have a topic, and then Thursday, which is today, right? I'm getting days mixed up. So Thursday, which is today, it's about speaking. So we can speak about any topic that we consider is relevant. It could be about you, it could be about work, it could be about family, it could be about anything. Okay, as long as we're speaking, that's good because that's what we need. We need practice. That's it.
Cool.
Good, nice. So I have a question. Well, I've been asking the same question to everyone, and I'm gonna ask you the same question as you, Alejandro, as well. Like, what have been your challenges in the maybe not in the company in general, but now in your position, what have been the challenges that you come across about your English level or your or the language barrier? And I'm talking about meetings, I'm talking about phone calls or anything. That way I will get to know you and see in what way I can help you.
Okay, I think my biggest challenge right now is because I understand everything in English. I really have a really good understanding of the language, but when the time that comes to speak, I I don't have that fluency that I want, right?
Mhm.
So I really understand everything and stuff, and then I start speaking, I forgot like rules, for example, and also words. Sometimes I
You run out
I
of
don't know
words.
why.
Uh,
You that fluency to use all the vocabulary that you know at the time that I speak is I don't know why is or like limited in that
yeah.
in that time, right? So that's is the biggest challenge right now. So I I need to talk a lot with clients. So that's we definitely I need to improve my fluency and have that confidence to talk
Of course.
with the clients and get their what requirements, feedbacks, and everything, right? So
Okay.
so I and explain. So that's my challenge right now. So that's why I'm here, right? So it's more like practicing, but yes,
You're here after 2 weeks of classes.
yeah, definitely. But yes, because
I
since
understand.
the beginning, I asked for to be in a group in the afternoon because as I said in the morning, I need to drive my kids to the school, drive my kids to the school, and I have also some meetings at 7 a.m. with the
Wow.
client. Yes, because it's well because of the time zone, right? So right now,
Yeah.
sometimes, well, today they canceled the meeting. That's why I could
Joined. Okay.
join today. So that's why I was not here. So I'm trying to look if there's some way to have both, um, um, like both. How do I say the opportunities to be in a group in the morning and in the afternoon that
Hmm.
is that will be better, but if not, I have more time in the afternoon. So mhm.
Okay. Well, there's always room for improvement. There's always room for new things to learn, and there's always something that we can learn in the class. So whenever you have the time and you can jump in, you're welcome
Okay, thank you.
to join.
Yes,
Okay.
I will do that definitely.
Okay. So how about let me ask the team, like Carlos or Brian, what do you think about what Alejandro said? That you know that he understands, but sometimes when it comes to speaking from him, words he runs out of words or the fluency. So what do you think about that? Or
I
what
mean,
can
it happens to me all the time actually. Sometimes it's quite difficult to express in words what are we trying to say. Maybe not because we don't know topic that we are explaining, but because we run out of words. And I think this happens because as English is not our native language, and we tend to practice, yeah, a lot of words, of course, but at the same time, when we are hearing some words, if we don't know the word, we are using the context to like understand what it's being said. And the problem is when we are speaking, we cannot do that since we don't know the words. And yeah, I mean it's complicated. It happens to me. So yeah.
Okay, Carlos.
Hey, can you hear me, guys? I
Yeah.
would say, well, that happens to me, Alejandro, even in Spanish. I forget the words. But probably what I would do in your case, and what I have done in the past sometimes, and it has worked to me, is that I practice in advance what I'm going to say during the meeting. I practice my
Me as
topic.
well.
I practice everything like the vocabulary and stuff, because basically I try to, and sometimes I have even recorded myself to see how I listen to my voice and everything, and what are the things that I could improve. But I don't know if what happens to you if probably you are still thinking in Spanish and you are trying to know how to say the things in English, because that could be a problem. You would need to think more in English, and don't be afraid of failing when saying something, because even American people, sometimes they do have mistakes. I remember this. I had this boss. He's American, and it was pretty funny because when we were chatting, he was able to speak pretty good, but when we were chatting, he had a lot of issues with grammar. And I would tell him, look, you don't say, like, you don't say that in English, you say it this way. You don't say it that way, you say it this way. And he was like, I don't care, you understood what I said. Yeah, I understood.
Like
But
me,
that's not the
for
term.
example, in Spanish, if I start writing an essay or an email, in Spanish, I would do a lot of mistakes, and people
Yeah.
will be like, "Man, why are you?" I mean, but I think that's quite normal.
Yeah, I remember this guy, he had problems understanding when to use then y when to use dan. Cuando haces una comparación, you use dan, right? Like when you're comparing something with something, you bigger than such
Yeah.
and such. So he would use bigger than something, and I was like, no, you don't say, you don't use then, you use then. And I was always like correcting his English, right? And he was American, so it happens even to American people. So what I would recommend you, don't be afraid to commit, like, to make mistakes during your presentation, but try to make a rehearsal before
And
presenting.
Yeah,
and this
thank
is
you.
not only for Alejandro. This goes to everyone. This goes to everyone. This goes to George, to Carlos himself, to Brian, to Victor, to all of us, even myself. Okay. I'm only a guide here in this group. I want to tell you. I want to ask you rather the difference between the English level and the confidence. Okay. The fact that you have a very good English level doesn't mean that you are an expert in meetings. You might be good, you might be native even, but if you don't have um, meeting experience or confidence when you are in a meeting, then you're going to fail because you'll fail. So if you don't have confidence when you're talking, so I think that you might be in basic, you might be in intermediate level, or you might be in advanced level. But if you don't have confidence, I think it's not gonna work. You might be in basic level, but if your confidence is this high, so then you will make it. Of course, you'll have mistakes. Of course, they will say, I mean, his English is not good, but I mean, he's showing confidence. And when I say confidence, I'm talking that I'm gonna stand in front of you and speak. You know, I don't care about the mistakes I will make, as long as you understand me and you don't see that I'm nervous or that I'm I mean, moving your hands like when you're talking is good. But if I'm like so that well and then I'm moving my hands like doing that's of course you'll notice that I'm nervous. But then if you're explaining things and moving your hands, that's good. Um
Okay, I agree with that. Yes, definitely.
yeah. And
I,
there's yeah, gone.
sorry, sorry to interrupt. So it like what Jairo is saying, it's pretty important. The confidence, you may even not know anything about a topic, but if you are pretty confident, you can be the biggest liar.
Yeah.
People will believe
Oh,
you
I've done it.
because you can search on TikTok right now. There's a lady that she said that she was a doctor in neuroscience, and she's not even she doesn't have a degree, and right now she's being
Uh,
sued and everything. But you saw the videos of her
oh, I
talking
think I
about
watched that.
neuroscience. It was like and it was pretty funny because she would say thing like stupid things, and she would
And
say,
people would believe
you
it.
you don't need to understand that because you're not a doctor. You need to believe me because I am the doctor. And it was like, oh, that's pretty convincing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I
it
have
happened.
on my Monday meeting, my first meeting, it's at 8 in the morning. I have a boss who is from India, but he's um born and raised I mean he has them like his father and mother, they're from India, but he was born and raised in Canada. So he's, you know, his fluency, his accent is from Canada. Anyways, so there's this guy from India. There are more people from. There's a lady from. It's within Canada, but in Quebec. So his first language is, or his native language is French. So when she speaks English, she's not. She's very confident, but she lacks of vocabulary sometimes, and even if it's a business meeting, sometimes it's like, oh, I forgot the word. Let me think the word. Oh, this is the word that I was gonna say. And then what I want to tell you is that even though we're all from different areas, like from India, there's another one from Colombia, there are people from different parts. And this lady that is from within Canada, her native language is French. um, Even her, she's like, oh, sometimes she runs out of work, and sometimes she says like, oh, I don't know how to say this. And then she tries to think, and if she doesn't find the word, then she's like, I don't know about. She finds a synonym, and then she continues talking. Her being from Canada, and also sometimes the pronunciation of the words, she mixes the pronunciation of the words. So the point that I'm trying to get here is that it doesn't matter that we're from El Salvador, it doesn't matter that we're Latin, it doesn't matter that we have an accent, it doesn't matter that English is not our native English. We don't care. Your upper management or people who you have the meetings with, they don't really care about the accent, they don't care about anything. We are the ones that are thinking like, oh man, they're looking at me like they don't understand. Oh man, they're gonna. We are the ones thinking. They just want you to tell them like what's the message that you want to say, and as long as they understand what you say, then that's it. So that's why confidence is very important. Um,
Okay.
so I think before learning things or learning a new language, I think the very first thing that you need to learn is how to have confidence in yourself. If you have confidence, then you know you will make it. Of course, confidence in practice comes along, as Carlos says. I mean, just because I have confidence, I'm not gonna go to a meeting without a presentation or without knowing what am I gonna say. of course, I need to practice. So confidence and practice comes along, and we need to practice. Um, yeah. Anything you want to add, guys? Now, let me ask you this. What's the difference between or fluency versus speaking fast? George or Victor? I want to hear.
I think I haven't participated yet, so I
That's
will.
good. Welcome.
Yeah, it's my turn. So I believe that fluency is having a good pace when it comes to speaking, good rhythm, good pronunciation. Uh, uh, but speaking fast is just like almost like rapping, like just like speaking very fast. You don't care about pronunciation, uh, because you are speaking so fast. And I believe one of the problems that we don't have here in Latin America, specifically El Salvador, is that we have a good accent. And I think we are not trying to speak fast. But there are other cultures like I don't want to offend anyone, but because I had worked with people from India, and I will say that they know grammar, but
Yeah.
because their language they speak very fast, they are trying to do the same in English. So that's why you don't understand anything. I mean, it's honestly, I mean, probably they know a lot. I mean, they are very intelligent people, but they are trying to speak so fast. It's like I don't know, like something, I don't know, it's depending of their native language, or it's something like ego. But I don't know why, but they are speak so fast that I don't understand anything. I mean, normally I don't use like headphones or AirPods or whatever, but when it comes a meeting with them, I use them because it's I need to stay very focused. I cannot do
Yeah.
anything else. I cannot
Even
multitask.
like this, right?
Meeting.
Like paying attention to them.
Yes, yes. My brain is like one hearing, and the second part like I'm trying to figure it out
Processing.
other things. Yeah, it's I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, it's something
Yeah.
that I cannot control, so I will stay so focused. I mean, normally even though I'm like in meetings in English, I can watch I can see my cell phone for a few seconds, and I will still listen. But with when it comes with a meeting with people from India, it's different. I need to stay 110% focused.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. And you were mentioning about pronunciation, articulation, and the fact that we are worthy. Pronunciation, of course, is like if this word is speaking, so I would say speaking, right? I'm not gonna say speak when it says speaking, right? So that's pronunciation, like doing the right, pronouncing the right word as it should be. Now, articulation, this mouse is not working. Articulation means that if this is confidence, I will read it as confidence. Okay. Por ejemplo, el nombre de Alejandro es Alejandro. Alejandro. I'm not gonna say Alejandro. Hey, what's your name? And you're gonna Alejandro. Sorry again, Alejandro. No te entendí. Alejandro. Alejandro. Okay, that's articulation. What's my name? Jairo. Okay, Jairo. Pero si alguien me pregunta, what's your name? Jairo. What? Jairo. Okay, so if we're not opening our mouth and moving our lips for, the pronunciation of it's the word, then we'll have problems. So we need to articulate, especially because English is not our native language. Okay, so we need to articulate. How do American people speak when they come here and they and then try to speak Spanish?
It's really hard for them
It's really hard for them.
with the
Yes.
R, with the
With the
words
R.
with R. Yeah,
Okay, so do you think they articulate good they are or no?
it's hard for them.
It's
For
hard for them, so
example,
they don't.
ferrocarril, they can't
Uh-huh.
do that.
They
Even for
cannot
the
say
Costa
that.
Rican people.
So the articulation for them is not good with the R sound. Okay, is that a problem for us to understand them? Maybe
Yeah.
yes, maybe not. For some might be a problem, for some others not. Okay, but we need especially us, we need to articulate good the words so we can make ourselves understandable. And we're worthy. What I'm trying to say with this is that sometimes to explain something simple, we do the round around and we go around the bushes to explain something very easy. And I'm gonna give you an example. Maybe this one. Why do you work? Who can answer this question? Why do you work?
Because
We all think about it, but we don't want to say it.
yes, because no, we definitely we need
You have to
to maintain
survive.
to survive and
Uh-huh.
maintain
Because we're
ourselves,
poor.
right? But
Yeah.
definitely, leaving that apart, that part of the salary and stuff is because you need to be like um, focusing something, right?
Yeah.
Or doing something, because I think in my case, I will like my mind is going to be really mad if I'm not doing nothing, right? So I need to be working on something or doing something to stay focused
Mhm.
and to be motivated and things, right?
Good. Okay, that's good. You see what you see what Alejandro did, and that's good. That was good answer. Okay. And even if I would have answered that question, I would it that way, like, oh, because I want to, of course I have a lot of things to pay. And honestly, I wouldn't like to work. I would like to get money and not to work. Um, and then I continue on and on and on and on. How can we make this answer shorter? And most of American people will answer this way. Hey, why do you work? Well, I work to get money and pay bills. And in Spanish as well, if somebody asks us like, hey, ¿por qué trabajamos? Mira, yo ni trabajar quisiera. Y period. O si no, podemos decir como para ganar dinero. And then laugh, right? So what I'm trying to show you here is like how we can make things shorter when we speak. And the same, and you're not gonna let me lie, but the same happens when we're in meetings and they ask us questions, either because they're asking for info or they're asking for anything else. We always go and explain more than we should. Or maybe go around the bushes, or maybe do the round when they're asking us questions. Is that bad? No, it's not bad at all. Because in the end, we're just giving them the info they need. Okay, can we do it different? Yes, it depends. What does it depend on? Like if we give a long answer or a very straightforward answer, or we explain a lot more? What does it depend on in a meeting?
Depend of the, I will say that depend of the audience.
Yes. Why?
Uh, also, I mean, the purpose of the meeting, if it's something very formal, like a business presentation, and you are explaining a product, you need to give, or I mean, you need to elaborate and give some specific details sometimes. But if someone is asking you for, can you join the meeting? You need to say yes or no.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I will try to check my calendar right now. I mean, yes
Yeah.
or no. I mean,
Yes.
depend of also the questions. I mean,
Yes. And here comes what Carlos said as well with what you're saying, Victor. Depends. It depends on the people, it depends on the audience, and that's why sometimes we even need to practice. If it is a very important meeting, so we need to practice as well. We need to practice our answers. We need to think ahead of what they might ask us in the meeting. Because if I am nervous, I don't know. Can you guys ask me a question? Any question, whatever question, doesn't, if it's business related, that's better. Whatever question you want to ask.
What are your responsibilities in your work?
I train people. Whenever there's somebody new, I welcome that person, and then I show them what to do. I have them for about a month and a half. I show them like how the company works, what are the company goals, and stuff. And then once they're ready to hit the floor, then I let them go, and then I wait for the next person to come. Okay, now you see how I was talking, like I answered you right straightforward. Not that I will jump in with the answer right after once you're done, but I will take like 3-4 seconds. I need to go to the other place to get my charger. Hold on. Or move. I'm running out of battery. I'm running out of battery, so I'm gonna plug the computer. Okay. Okay, the only reason, you guys hear me? Yeah. Eh?
Yep.
Okay. And so the only reason why I answered that to George that way is because I know that that's what I've been doing for years. I'm confident. I'm confident with what I do and with the information that I'm delivering. But what if George asks me a question about something that I'm not familiar with, or something that you guys do, a process or something, and then how am I gonna answer that? I'm gonna get nervous. I'm gonna laugh because of the nervousness I'm coming across, and then I'm gonna be, oh, I don't know, and then I'm gonna start like, moving my hands like because I'm nervous. So that's why preparing yourself, thinking the questions ahead, like possible questions they might ask you. And if it's a presentation you guys need to deliver it, like go through the presentation yourself, like practice. Practice makes perfect, right? So, and if you think that confidence is what you're lacking of, or whatever you're lacking of, the only way on how you're gonna become experts is just by practice. Yeah. We still have 5 minutes. What else do you want to add? Or things you want to share?
I just want to say something. I like even though you are speaking in your native language, you will practice for a business or an important meeting.
Yeah.
I mean, only if you are the expert, like the top of the,
Yeah.
the top of the in your profession, maybe you don't need to practice, or if it's your second and third time that you are presenting that meeting. But if it's the first time, even though it's like something that it's not subject related to your career or
Mm-hmm.
your profile, you should practice a little bit. At least you need to read your PowerPoint presentation for you. And also sometimes you need to find some little research. To do some little research. It is important to be prepared. People always ask for questions or get extra details. So if you don't know, it's better to say and be honest and say, hey, I don't have the answer right now. I will contact you later
Yeah.
with the right answer, instead of start like trying to say something that you are not sure.
Or making something up, which in
Yes,
the end is
that
gonna be
is
worse.
worse. Yes.
That makes sense. You gotta be honest. I wouldn't agree more with you, Victor. Uh, that's absolutely right. If I don't know the answer, then I would say like, you know what? I don't know the answer to that, but I'll get back to you. Period. But if I'm like trying to remember or think about what that could be, I'm gonna be like, and in the end, I'll make something up, and that's not good. Um, also what Carlos said, what Victor said about even in Spanish, we need to get ready for that because we're not experts unless we're a TEDx speaker. So then you'll be an expert, but we're not. Everybody gets ready for presentations. And even if it is not a presentation, if it's just a meeting, think about the possible questions they'll be asking you, because that way you will be ready. And of course, stay focused in the meeting. As I think it was Brian or you, Victor, who mentioned that whenever you are in a meeting with Indian people, you're like, you gotta be concentrated or focused and not checking your phone or whatever, because you're not gonna understand them. You're gonna get lost real quick. So yeah, that's another key. One final thought, guys.
No, I think this
Just
is my first.
an additional thing. Have you seen the submarine that has disappeared?
No, where is that?
Um, there is a submarine that it was visiting the Titanic in the deep depth of the ocean,
Uh-huh.
and it just disappeared from Sunday till today, and they haven't find it.
A
And
submarine.
yeah, and they have only like
Wow.
5 days of oxygen,
Oh,
and this is the last day for them to be
I'm gonna look for that
alive.
news.
Yeah, I was seeing that yesterday in
Wow.
the night.
And did you guys watch Titanic too?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Titanic 2. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but don't even bother. Don't even bother. Do not even bother.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. I think I didn't even watch half hour of that movie, and I was like,
Oh,
what am
no.
I doing here?
Well,
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna let you go. It's 8 p.m. It's 8 p.m. It's 8 in the morning already. I know you guys have meetings and things to do, so it was good meeting you again. I'll expect you to see you tomorrow.
Okay.
See you
Thank you.
All
tomorrow.
right,
See you
ciao.
tomorrow.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye bye.